Welcome to this video. In this video, I thought I should show you how I paint the same scene from a same reference photograph in two different mediums, which is oil, which is opaque medium, and transparent watercolors. My name is Mandar Marathe. I'm a fine artist and a sculptor, and I publish an art demo or an art tip video almost every Friday. So if you are new to this channel or if you are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell button so that you get notified every time I publish a new video. So now we start with the actual painting process. On the left hand side I have the oil painting going on, and on the right hand side I have watercolor painting going on. So as you can see on both in both the videos, I'm using some kind of drawing or making some kind of drawing, and though oil painting is progressing much faster, I'll tell you the reason for that, whereas the watercolor is lagging behind in the video. So to compare, you can see I've noted down the points for both the mediums, and these are not rules but thumb rules. These are because they are generally followed, but these are not cast in stone, and they are not observed every time, but these are good guidelines or thumb rules to follow. So in oil colors we go from dark to light, versus in watercolors we go from light washes to darker washes. You can see that in the video. There is no drying time in between layers in oil, whereas in watercolor there is drying between layers because we paint one layer on top of the other. In oil we can use layering of paints, but the way I paint, I painted this painting. It's a direct method. Some call it a la prima or premier coup method, in which you finish the painting in one sitting. So there is no time or underpainting which is done precisely, and you basically paint one shape next to each other, and then that's how you complete the painting. Or there are no layers, so there is no drying at all. So there is no layering in this method in oil, whereas in watercolor I'm using various layers to paint the painting. You can see that I had applied few light washes in the first stage, and now I have introduced darks in some areas, and I'm going to do it similarly in other areas of the painting also. Then in oil colors we use opaque white. That's what I've used in painting the sky, and mixed with some ultramarine blue, but that's opaque white, so we're not using the white of the canvas or the paper or the board. Whereas in watercolor we make maximum use of the white of the paper, and that's why we leave out lighter areas. Sometimes we leave complete white paper open and then try to build shapes around it. Now you can see that the oil painting has progressed much faster than the watercolor painting. That's because I tend to develop the oil painting area by area. So by which I mean that I first developed the big trees on the left hand side, and then the foreground grass, then the mountain, and then the sky. Whereas in watercolors the painting develops layer by layer. By that I mean that I'm not working completely in one area with concentration. I'm looking all over the painting, and then as one layer dries, I go on introducing newer layers to complete the painting. So it develops layer by layer. That's why there is a difference in the speed of or difference in the way these two paintings come about. So those are the main differences I wanted to point out to you, and I hope you liked the outcome of these two paintings. And if you have any questions about that, please let me know in the comments below. I didn't want to compare these two mediums. They are both great mediums, but each one has its way of working or way of painting, and each one has its own strengths and limitations. You have to work around them. So that was the video all about. In addition to my YouTube channel here, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Pinterest so that you don't miss out on anything that I post. All my social media links are given in the video description. So I hope you try your hand at the medium you are familiar with, and also try to experiment with other medium which you don't use so often. So until next time, happy art making.